Sharon M. Atkinson, MacGyver of Design here. Today is Thursday, October 23rd, 2025. The time now is 2:08 p.m. This will be the 129th content video that I'm going to place in my 46 playlist, Mind'sEyeFaith. This is part 6 in the series, What Does Jehovah God Want for Jesus, aka Michael. Theme scriptures are Genesis 3:15 and Galatians 3:16. Let's begin. Genesis 3:15 reads, "And I shall put enmity between you and the woman, and between your seed and her seed. He will bruise you in the head, and you will bruise him in the heel." Let's follow up with Galatians chapter 3, verse 16, which reads, "Now the promises were spoken to Abraham and to his seed." It says not "and to seeds," as in the case of many such, but as in the case of one, "and to your seed," who is Christ. Let's follow up on part 5, which we introduced something that might be shocking to someone, that Christ was not going to rule just for 1,000 years, but indefinitely, forever. Let's back that up. Let's vet that information just a little bit more. Let's turn to Psalm. Or rather, let's turn to Isaiah. Let's do that one first. Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6 and 7. "For there has been a child born to us, there has been a son given to us, and the princely rule will come to be upon his shoulder, and his name will be called Wonderful, Counselor, Mighty God, Eternal Father, Prince of Peace." Pay attention closely to the title, Eternal Father. Does that apply to him being a king or his role as a priest? That's a good question, even if it seems weird. "To the abundance of his princely rule and to peace there will be no end upon the throne of David and upon the kingdom, in order to establish it firmly and to sustain it by means of justice and by means of righteousness, from now on and to time indefinite. The very zeal of Jehovah of armies will do this." Notice that he is going to be the king on David's throne. There have been many kings on David's throne, but in succession. He's supposed to be the last king on David's throne. It says to time indefinite. That's in verse 7. And it mentions that he is Eternal Father. Now let's go to Psalm. Let's go to Psalm 110. Let's read verse 4. "Jehovah has sworn, and he will feel no regret. You are a priest to time indefinite, according to the manner of Melchizedek." Now it says to time indefinite, Christ is going to be a priest. Remember, we spoke about Eternal Father. Does it apply to his kingship or his priesthood? Let's go find some backing with that in Hebrews. Let's read Hebrews chapter 7. We read it before, but once again. Verse 24. "But he, because of continuing alive forever, has his priesthood without any successor. Consequently, he is able to save completely those who are approaching God through him, because he is always alive to plead for them." That's a good thing. Let's back that up some more with Hebrews chapter 3, verse 1. "Consequently, brothers, partakers of the heavenly calling, consider the apostle and high priest, whom we confess, Jesus." Jesus, a priest. Eternal Father has to do with his priesthood. His kingship is to time indefinite, sitting on whose throne? David's throne. So how come we hear about 1,000-year rule? Where does that come from?